عليكم كركوك كردستانية كركوك كردستانية وتبقى كردستانية.
Protester was shot dead and a dozen wounded on Saturday during clashes between ethnic groups in the northern Iraqi oil city of Kirkuk that broke out after days of tensions, security forces and police said. The dispute centers on occupation of a building in Kirkuk that served as the headquarters for the Kurdistan Democratic Party, that is KDP, in the past, but which the Iraqi army has used as a base since 2017. The clashes came as Arabs and Turkmens protested the planned return of the KDP to its old headquarters in the city of Kirkuk, some 250 kilometers north of Baghdad, and clashed with Kurds at the site on Saturday. Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammad Shia al-Sudani later ordered a curfew in Kirkuk province and initiated search operations in the areas where riots occurred. He called on all political parties, social organizations and community leaders to play their part in preventing strife and preserving security, stability and order. The two sides clashed in front of the KDP's former headquarters, prompting security forces to intervene to stop the riots. Exchanges of gunfire were also reported as the Kurdish side opened fire and police shot back. Earlier in the day, police in the northern city had been deployed to act as a buffer and keep the rival groups apart. Warning shots were fired to force Kurdish demonstrators to disperse. Masoud Barzani, a veteran Kurdish leader in the autonomous region, accused rioters of blocking the highway from Kirkuk to Arbil with their sit-in. He said this was creating a tense and dangerous situation for residents. Barzani said it was surprising that security forces had not prevented the chaos and illegal behavior of those blocking the road. While on Saturday, violence was used against Kurdish youth and demonstrators. His son, Masroor Barzani, Prime Minister of the autonomous region, called on Sudani in Baghdad to intervene immediately to bring this unacceptable situation under control. He also urged Kurdish citizens being persecuted in Kirkuk to show restraint and refrain from violence. So, what is the issue all about? In October 2017, former Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi instructed government forces to enter Kirkuk province and reclaim authority over the disputed areas between the Baghdad government and the regional Kurdish government. The move was taken in response to a controversial referendum held by the Kurds on the independence of the Kurdistan region and the disputed areas. The Kurds consider the northern Kirkuk province and parts of Neve, Diyala and Salahuddin provinces as disputed areas and want them to be incorporated into their region, a move fiercely opposed by the Arabs and Turkmens as well as the central government. Arab and Turkmen demonstrators staged a sit-in near the headquarters of the Iraqi security forces in Kirkuk province on Monday after reports that Sudani had ordered the site to be handed over to the KDP, which used to occupy it. Kurdish protesters tried to reach the headquarters on Saturday. Kirkuk, a flashpoint oil-rich province in northern Iraq along the fault lines between the Kurdish autonomous region and areas controlled by Iraq's Shiite-dominated central government, has been the focus of some of the country's worst post-Islamic State violence. Kurdish forces controlled Kirkuk city after driving Islamic State out in 2014 but were ejected by the Iraqi army in 2017, bringing the city back under Baghdad's control. When Sudani took over power last year, he worked to improve relations between his government and the KDP and agreed to allow the KDP to reopen its headquarters in Kirkuk. But Arab residents and minority groups who said they suffered under Kurdish rule, such as the Turkmen, have protested the KDP's return.